Okay, this video is going to be about understanding the process of the underwriting process and how it works all the way to the grace period and all that stuff. So it's going to be a great little tool to help you understand the whole process of applying. So first of all, you apply for life insurance. Okay, so the first step is that you apply for life insurance as a client, right? So you submit an application, okay? With the when you apply, you submit an application to see if you qualify for life insurance, okay? If you submit it with money, then you get a conditional receipt. Conditional receipt. And what that means is that you are conditionally covered from the day you submit the application, assuming you would have qualified anyways. Does that make sense? So let's say, so once that happens, it goes through what's called underwriting. So underwriting is when, okay, the insurance company checks your medical records. They send a phlebotomist, a nurse to draw blood, urine vitals, blood pressure, all that stuff. They might do a tele-underwriting interview where they ask you medical questions and they determine what classification, what rating they're going to give you. The rating could be substandard. Okay. That's going to be on the test, which means that it was rated premium. Rated means that so the other one is called standard, right? So standard means that he's not like really healthy, but he's not sick at all. He's just standard rates. So if it's substandard, that means it's going to be more expensive cost because he's a little bit sick. Maybe he has diabetes, cholesterol, high blood pressure, right? So during this process, the policy has not been issued yet, right? If he dies, because this person had a conditional receipt, then the company is going to pay the death benefit. Does that make sense? So it is going to pay. So that's good, right? The client is covered during the process of qualification. Another classification that he might qualify for during underwriting is called preferred risk. Okay. So this is standard risk and substandard risk. Preferred risk means that he's not only really healthy, but his height and weight is good. I mean, it hits all the needs of a person that's really healthy. So guess what's going to happen to the premiums? They're going to be cheaper. They're going to be less expensive, right? Okay, so once they determine what classification then they're going to get, then what happens is that the policy is now issued. And then when it's issued, the producer, right? So the producer right here, the producer has to deliver the policy. And when the policy is delivered, that's when the free look period begins. Okay? Period begins. And this free look period, it could be 10 days to 30 days. 10 days if they're under 60 years old, 30 days if they're over 60 years old. And this is important because this is going to determine whether the client accepts the policy or declines the policy, okay? All right, so far so good. Look at this. So you apply, then you go through a conditional receipt underwriting process, and then you get classified, whether it's substandard, standard risk, then it gets issued, the producer delivers a policy, and the free look period starts, okay? Once the free look period is over, the monthly payments begin if he accepts the policy, okay? Because he could decline the policy, and if he declines it, he gets a full refund of his first premium deposit, okay? All right, so now he accepts the policy, so what's the next step? Once he accepts the policy, then he's gonna go, through, then the policy might, let's say okay, so there's two things that happen here, okay? So one thing is that the term ends, okay? The term ends and he could renew the policy or convert it to a permanent policy, or renew it to another term, okay? So that's how it works. Or what if the client misses a payment? If the client misses a payment, so money's missing, okay? So I'm gonna put money red for money missing. Then what happens, it starts what's called a grace period, okay? Grace period, what happens is that in the grace period, there's a 60-day grace period where the client could still catch up with his premiums without the policy lapsing, okay? If he doesn't make the premium payments, then the policy goes to lapsed, okay? And if it lapses, that means that if he wants to get it back, not only does he have to pay the back premiums, but he also has to requalify for the coverage. He has to requalify for what he had, okay? So that's not good, right? But at least he doesn't lose the issue age, which means that his premiums are going to stay the same. They're not going to increase to the age that he is right now. They're going to stay the same to the issue age, original issue age, okay? So if the policy lapses, then you have to go through a reinstatement process, okay? And then once the policy is reinstated, then it's back in the books, right? Then I guess you could draw a line from here to right here, okay? Once a term ends, you could renew it or you could convert it to a permanent policy. And that's pretty much how that works, okay? So hopefully that helped out to understand the whole process of a journey of a life insurance policy.